Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Don't Forget to Tap, the podcast about being a white belt and the journey all the way to going to wherever this journey ends up taking me. I'm Chris, I'm your host. And so I figured I would catch you guys up on everything that's been kind of going on in my life. I've taken a little bit of a break from podcasting, still been doing jujitsu, but this last week, I was on a business trip out in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And typically, when I go on these business trips, I try to train as much as possible. But just due to the hours and the schedule that we had, that didn't really become a possibility for me to be able to do. And there just wasn't a whole lot of availability as far as locations that were very close to me for jujitsu. Not saying that there's not jujitsu everywhere. And at the end of the day, if you want to make it happen, you make it happen. But I also got to do work from time to time. So there were multiple factors, but there was a good opportunity in there as well. I I've been kind of fighting off a shoulder injury for a little while, and it's kind of been coming and going, little pops here and there, stuff like that, and um, it all kind of comes back to underlying factors with my job and stuff like that. So this injury isn't really jiu-jitsu specific, but naturally over time, if you do anything physical, it can amplify it, and the injury has kind of gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's just natural that it's going to progressively get worse as I go. And so taking a week off actually, while I'm on this business trip has actually made it feel pretty good. And I'm not sure that it's 100%. I don't think it's 100%. But taking that week off has actually been really good for it. And it feels good. My body feels good. I'm ready to get back on the mats tomorrow, Monday class, and just kind of go back through the motions and everything. What's crazy is just in the week, I don't even, yeah, it's been a little over a week now. Just in the week since I've done jujitsu, because last time, so it's Sunday today, and last Friday was the last time I went, because I left for my trip on Monday. And it's crazy to me how much just not going for a week, I already kind of feel like I forgot so much stuff. So, I think that's just the importance because jujitsu is, in my opinion, and I'm not the SME by any means, but it's just such a complex, um, strategic art form that there's so much to it, and there's so much detail. And even, the people that have been doing this for years and years and years and years, the black belts, as I've read about some of them, I've talked to a few of them. There's even times in their career and their journey where they feel like they don't know anything, and that's absolutely mind blowing to me that something even exists that you can put so much into and it still humble you so quickly. And that's the beauty of jujitsu, is that I'm a white belt who absolutely knows nothing, and then there are legitimate like badass black belts out there who they do know a lot of stuff, but it's so complex. It's such this vast, um I guess, environment, just this entity that is just so complex that it can make people feel like they don't know anything even when they've been doing it for years and years and years, even dedicated their lives to it. It can still humble people like that, and I think that's just absolutely incredible. I did get to meet a handful of people when I was out in Scranton. I got to visit a school for a Veterans Day event, and I was just sort of really kind of tagging along more than anything. And I got to meet. There was this young girl. She just, I think, was just turning like 18 or something like that. And so everyone kind of kept talking about her in wrestling, and I was like, oh, well, it turns out she's like the number five female wrestler in the nation, and so she's just a badass all on, and she's done some jujitsu, and we talked about that, and I was talking some crap. But at the end of the day, as small as this girl was, and I've learned my lesson with this, she would probably absolutely annihilate me. But I was just having fun talking jujitsu and stuff with her, and yeah, she was definitely, it was really cool to kind of pick her brain and just kind of figure out how she got started in her journey and everything. And that's just kind of the beauty of, something like this, jujitsu is it brings people together on all different levels, all different skills, all kinds of stuff. And her background is wrestling, obviously, but she was familiar with jujitsu and loved it, had a lot of fun with it and stuff like that. And so it's just really cool to see people kind of come together like that. And but no, it's been a good week. I'm glad I got to take some time off. I didn't think that it was what I was looking for. I was actually kind of upset with myself for not training. But all things take time, and this is a journey, not a destination. So I think it just kind of comes back to being patient with yourself. So lessons learned for me is taking time off every once in a while, as long as you come back, is okay, and it's important. And because I did, my body feels really good actually. So outside of that, my patches for the podcast should be done on Monday. I called yesterday to verify. Real excited to get those out there. Real excited to represent. And like I said, taking a little bit of a hiatus from this was also kind of good for me. I thought about recording some episodes while I was on my business trip, but I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, collect some more content and stuff like that before I kind of put it out. And I want to get back into the video stuff. I'm working on a couple projects, and I know I always say that. I haven't gotten to do some of the interviews I want to do, but um, as long as you're consistent, and I think that's what jujitsu has really taught me. As long as you're consistent, everything comes in time. And so, while this may not be a podcast that has like a million followers, or honestly even 100, or to be quite frank, even 50, um, if you're consistent enough and you're passionate about what you do, then everything else comes. And at the very least, I have this great documentation of my own journey through the process. So really enjoyed it, really had fun with it. I hope you guys enjoy listening to it. Moral of the story, and kind of summarize everything, is take time off if you need it. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't give up and make sure you come back. I'm really excited to get back on the mats tomorrow. Really excited to get those patches and excited to put some more content out for you guys to listen to. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are training hard. And if all else fails, don't forget to tap. I'll talk to you guys later.